It's Dave from Black Pear Studios here with episode 63. And tonight, my special guest, we got Zach from Sequential Plastics. Dude is an amazing photographer, great podcaster. If you're not following him, please do yourself a favor and do so. Check him out as well with Behind the Plastic, with Not a Bird Cleaned Up Photography as well. We got Sully in the house. What's up? Hattiesburg. We got Jay from TMNT also on the podcast as well. Welcome. Thanks for coming on, guys. All right, got my buddy on here, so let's get him on right now. Let's not waste any time. All right, 1 second. Excited, and forgive my lack of collection. I'm actually currently moving and cleared out the shelves and decided to fill them in with some stuff. What up, buddy? What up? Dude, I'm so jealous, man. This is coming in so nicely, bro.
Oh yeah. Winter warmth.
Dude, right? The natural insulation. It's amazing.
That's right. Need it, man. It's cold.
Yeah, dude. How cold is it by you right now?
I think it's like 10 right now.
10. At 10 feels like -1.
Dude, the wind. It's crazy. It sucks. What about you?
Same thing, dude. It's been pretty consistent with like cold and then that wind chill just like putting it over the top into the negative, you know? But
it's just painful.
Yeah, you can last only so long with your ears. Like now I got to like wear Scullies and cover because it starts to burn after a couple of seconds of just walking to your car. It's kind of crazy.
That's the worst. What do you got behind you now? You got Bob Ross and is that Feifel?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Feifel. That was my first, I guess, stuffed animal that I really connected with as a kid. Like I would have nightmares, and every time I would go to sleep with him, I wouldn't get them anymore. You know, kind of like a placebo effect, and he's been with me ever since. So I'm like, he needs his time to shine.
Have you taken a shot of him, like the stuffed guy?
No? Yeah, you know what's funny? Like I always thought, I'm like, I should challenge myself and take a stuffy type of shot, but I never do. I don't know.
Well, now's the time, buddy.
Yeah, for all the
challenge you.
Yes. I needed a new challenge. I've been kind of stagnant these past couple of weeks, but I mean, I'm moving to a new home, so we just bought a house recently.
Congratulations!
Thanks, man. So like, my head's been like all in that right now, and it's pretty busy.
Exciting but stressful, right?
Yeah. We got very fortunate. There wasn't like a bidding war. The closing went fast, so we lucked out, man. So I'm very happy with the place.
Nice.
Yes.
That's excellent to hear. Hey, you're in Jersey, right?
Jersey. Northern Jersey.
Drones flying overhead?
Each night.
You see them? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Have you gotten shots of them? Have you flown your drone up to try to check them out?
I did.
Did you?
But it's too dark. You can't see anything. And then the way they're pretty far. Like sometimes they'll come close, but by the time you try to like spot them, they just kind of like they just hover around. Sometimes you'll hear them. It's crazy, dude.
Weird. Wow.
And the thing is, right now where we are, we're actually near an air base, a military base. So it's one of the places where they've announced in the news, like, this thing is flying over this base. Like, what's happening? Like, why aren't we doing anything about it? Like, that's restricted airspace.
Wow.
Don't worry about it. It's just some illegal thing for restricted airspace. It's fine.
It's no problem.
Don't worry about it. Don't stop looking up. Go back to your phones.
Don't look up. That's right.
Go back to your toy pictures.
Holy cow, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But it got me like I just gotta have like a little bug out bag just in case. Because dude, you don't know, man. Because then you'll hear all these like crazy stories, and one of them that kind of had legs that made sense is like, yeah, there was some some nuclear radiation stuff that was like gone missing, and they're looking for it. So like the drones are trying to sniff it out because they can detect, radiation, and so that's been a theory. I'm like, dude, that's kind of scary, because then it's like, yeah, there's some country that like brought in a bomb that disassembled and they're putting it together, right? I'm like, come on, guys, like just tell what it is. If you're just doing some military crap, whatever, But I don't know, it's crazy out here, man.
I wish you luck, buddy. I wish you luck.
Hey, what are we gonna do, man? I always tell my wife,
photos.
Take toy photos and wait for the meteor to drop, man.
Yeah.
But dude, how you been, bro?
Good, man.
How you been
Yeah.
since the comic? Dude, I love that work, dude. The Oscar Adventures in Woodworking.
Thank you.
How did you feel like once you were done with that, dude?
Uh,
Really?
Relieved. It was definitely a sense of accomplishment. It was a huge amount of work, but to see it all come together and finally be able to present it, and it all came out, as I intended. Pretty proud of it, man.
Yeah, dude, you should be, man. That's such a beautiful set of shots that you had all together, and they were all
Thank you.
so carefully thought out. And it's inspiring because like I started my toy photography kind of in like that slideshow type of style, and ever since I got into the toy picking, I felt like I kind of steered away from it, and I don't know why I haven't revisited, but it is like a fun thing to do to tell a story
Yeah,
with the figures,
man.
you know?
I didn't know you did that. If I go back on your feed, can I see some of that stuff?
Yeah, like it's like one of my first ones.
Cool. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I was like, and I did that even before getting into the toy pick community. I was just doing it for fun and for myself, and I showed my
Yeah.
kids, and my wife's like, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool." And then I'm like, you know, I should just continue because I used to do photography, but then that kind of like kicked me up again and start doing it. I'm like, I should go back to this. When I saw your stuff, and then some other people doing amazing stuff. Plastic Realms is doing it. He did an awesome like comic book style with the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Have you seen it?
No, Plastic
Yeah,
Realms.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. Check him out. He did this really cool 2.5D animation on it. So it wasn't 3D, but it was just his stills. He animated them doing things, which is
Whoa.
pretty awesome. Yeah, it was sick, dude. But I think he said that I had him on in the last podcast. He said that he works in that field, so he's able to do that. But bro, it was very impressive. I'm like, that's so cool.
All right, the dude
So
you had on last
yeah,
time. Okay, good to
yeah,
know. I will
mhm.
check him out.
Yeah,
I'm always
definitely.
on the lookout for, especially. I mean, I'm on the lookout for anybody good, but
Mhm,
I don't see too many toy comics out there, so I'm always on the
mhm.
lookout for the stories.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta support each other when it comes because that takes so much work. So, and all hours collectively, how much do you think you spent on that whole series?
Uh, Roughly 1,000,
Mm,
give or take. Probably give. Um,
mm,
I mean, it was months and months. It was 7 months from start to
wow.
finish, and I was just like grinding. I was having a ton of fun, but
Mm.
once I got the ball rolling and releasing them, I was only halfway through shooting, and so I was like, "All right, I have to make this work." And
Keep pushing through.
yeah, yeah, and luckily it all came together. But there were some late nights. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say was your favorite episode? Like,
Oh man, I really love shooting in the shop, and I just busted out the shop a couple nights ago for the first time
mm,
since I shot it back in June, um, and it was nice to get back in there. And it's hard to light like the bright lights, the bright shop lights. It's not my normal thing,
mm,
so it's a challenge. Doing the dimmer lights in it is much easier. Um, I'm more of a turn off all the lights and then take multiple shots with different lighting, holding different lighting. With the
mm,
shop shooting, especially in full light with the fluorescence, it was a challenge because everything would get blown out. This one I took, yeah, in the dark, just handheld, panel light, highlighting all the places I wanted. So that's probably, I don't know, at least 10 or 12 shots composited together to get that
wow.
look. But that's what I do for basically everything, So every shot that I took for the for the comic is multiple shots layered together, so it's even more time, that it takes me. But that's the only way I know how to do it. I can't just like set up a bunch of lights and take my shot.
Hmm, hmm.
I just can't do it that way. I don't know. That's not the way I do it. So it takes like way more time than it should. But I don't know. It's fun. I'm doing it because it's fun.
Dude, well, I'm glad you're doing it the way you're doing it because it is very impressive work, and I can tell immediately it's one of your shots. Dude,
Nice.
all the work that you're doing with man, I deeply appreciate it because I know the pain that goes into going into doing them, and dude, it's so awesome, dude. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
all that for sure.
Yeah. Hey, my pleasure. I'm glad you read it, man. I'm glad you
Mm,
got some enjoyment out of it, and that uh, I'd be doing it. I think I'd be doing it no matter what, whether I would be putting it on Instagram or whatever, because I made my first comic before I was even on Instagram, and made it just for, you know, my nieces and nephews. So I like to think that I would be doing it no matter what. But it's fun, obviously great to get some feedback and have people follow along,
Mm.
you know, come along for the ride. And yeah, it's cool to, you know,
Was
to,
there a particular point where you felt like I almost like want to stop, like you just almost like gave up on it?
no. There were some times when I was like, what am I doing? This is insane. Uh, but I never got the inclination to just drop it or anything. I had it all written. I was like, I'm doing it. Once I took the first shot, it was like off to the races. And then 7 months later, you know, the final shot, it's like, holy crap. I can't believe I did that.
7 months, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How so? Like, what sparked the idea? Like, were you building on this for like a while back? Like, you were just writing out
Yeah.
the story. So,
Yeah. A long time ago, I did, not a long, super long time ago, I don't know, a couple years ago, when I found Oscar Gomez, I was like, man, this guy is the coolest action figure ever. And I started taking shots of him, like helping me build dioramas and stuff, you know, so it was like all in, you know, not in his scale. He was like on the hot wire cutter pushing foam through and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm going to throw him in a small little comic. And so that was kind of the beginning of it. He was my little helper. And then I was like, man, this guy is too cool. He needs his own adventure. And so I just kind of let it bounce around in my head for a while, worked on my photography skills to try to get where I wanted to be able to present it the way I wanted to present it. And then finalized the story. And I had like, you know, 10 different directions I was thinking, and finally you just got to settle on one, you know.
yeah. Especially that long of a story, you're gonna want that direction.
Yeah.
So, at what point in your photography do you feel like was like a pivotal point that you can remember, like, oh, like doing this a little differently is enhancing my photo? So, like how you say, like your photo stacking is like something that you really like to do to, you know, light your figures. Was there something else there that you felt like was a good turning point?
You know, just probably like, you know, just the longer you do it, the more tricks you learn, you kind of develop a style, whether you are meaning to or not, right?
Mm.
I'm sure you look at, you know, you scroll Instagram before you even see whose picture it is, you know whose picture it is, right? People know styles. And I just kind of wanted to be able to, I wanted that to develop for me. I can't really see my own style. You know, I can see your style. I can see all my buddies' styles. I can't really see my own style. I just know how I shoot, right? So I just wanted to make sure that what I put out there was going to be good enough photography wise, and as well as storytelling wise, but as good photography wise to keep people visually interested.
Right.
You know? And I think I did it. I don't know.
No, dude, you definitely did, man. Because like I said, like I can tell your shots and the love that you put behind them. You know, it's really appreciated, dude. Because again, everybody has their own style and their own thing, but yeah, like the stuff that you put out, dude, it's always more impressive than the one before that. I was like, what the hell is he like? What the hell is he doing? Like he's crazy. Like I can't keep up with this guy. He's so good.
That's the other thing. Like I wanted to push myself, like so it wasn't like the same thing every time. It was like, I really wanted to make the different. You know, not just like, okay, I have so many shots, so I got to keep them simple. I wanted to like challenge myself.
Dude, even this simple shot that I'm about to show, when I saw it, I'm like, I got jealous. I was like, damn, that's so cool. Like,
yeah,
bro, that's so awesome. I'm like, that shit looks like a freaking movie.
yeah, dude. This thing here, let me grab it. It's right here.
Oh, it's so cool.
This thing is by Made 1979 Customs, and that's Aaron. And this thing is just a thing of beauty.
Oh, so
and
sweet, man.
Like, it's my favorite thing. You know, it's so nice,
dude. It's a piece of work, man. I'm very happy it's in your hands. You did it justice.
I hope so. Yeah.
Man.
And now I want to use it in every shot, but I'm like, okay, just chill. Just use it when the time is right. You know.
So. What's this next to it? Right here.
That is here. I'll grab that too. That's one of those like MMM toys, Dio things. It's like this. I don't know, vat or like pipe system,
Mm.
and I use these in a bunch of just kind of like textures. You can
Dude,
find them big bag toy store.
I feel like I could just see the Joker running around. If you have any Joker figures, be like, please do that.
I don't even think I have any Joker figures.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I had one, but then I gave it to my buddy because I don't know. I just never.
You shot him.
I don't really shoot the superhero stuff
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I noticed it. Like, yeah, but even still, like you have like again your style. I feel like it comes out with your characters that you use. Yeah, I'm like I've never really seen him shoot a superhero shot. Then I'm saying that out loud.
Yeah,
But
it's very few and far between.
quick shout out to the people currently watching. We got Sully here.
Hey, Sully.
We got Lionworks, Toy Immersion, Aaron.
Nice.
What's going on? Smaller Steven, tripping with toys. Hello. Some nice comments here. Love the shot. Amazing and inspiring photography all around from Toy Immersion for sure, man.
Toy Immersion, Aaron, what's up, man? Yeah, man. Awesome.
Zach was like the toy photography equivalent to Survivor challenges. For real.
That's awesome.
What was it that they get? That they have hidden the idols? Yeah, right? Immunity idols. You never watched Survivor? Okay.
I don't know, but I survived, yeah, and lived to fight another day.
Lionworks. Oh, I have that. Nice.
Oh, the boiler. Lionworks has the other boiler. There were two for sale, and by the time I got to it, he's like, "There's one left." So Lionworks. I was wondering who got that other one. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, so how's the collection now? Like, where is that growing? Is that shrinking? Is that being modified? So tell me a little bit about what's going on there.
It's always growing. I'm not one to really get rid of
moving forward.
Like, it's very seldom that I get rid of toys. It's weird that I just said I gave my buddy the Joker. That's one of the very few.
You're generous. You're a generous guy.
Not really.
Nah,
I keep over my stuff.
You scalped them.
No. But it's growing. But it's evolving. Like at first it was a lot of superheroes, and then I just discovered Mezco and Rumble Society, and there's so many great other third-party figures now. Like, and I love Four Horsemen, and I don't know. I just bought way too many toys, like in the past week.
Bro,
yeah, I kind of went crazy.
It's tough, man. They're really like just coming out with just pieces of work, like just pieces of art. Like now it's Storm Arena. Dude, I love that they're shrinking down Storm Collectibles, because when I first started, I'm like, this looks so awesome. Like they need to shrink them, and now they came out with that.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. Check.
Oh man, you shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah, like they're Storm Arena is a legitimate 6-inch toy line. They're gonna start off with Baki, Street Fighter Alpha, Darkstalkers, and King of Fighters. And their first release is the Baki figure. And like, dude, if you see this thing, like
I don't know what Baki is.
Right. It's like it's an anime. But if you look at this figure for $25, the amount of detail sculpt worked on it.
Storm for $25?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's sick. It looks so good. Like, I'm really excited because even they have a Ryu and like a Ken that came up $25, $35. They haven't announced the price, but they're saying that's going to be around that. Dude. But yeah, like Storm collectible quality at a Marvel Legends price point.
No, they're gonna sacrifice quality. They can't get away with that.
Dude, it looks good. The articulation, the detail,
Data, looks great for that price point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I stayed away from Storm because I don't need that other rabbit hole. But it's nice to hear that they're going a little cost effective here. Okay, all right. Well, thanks a lot, Dave. Now I'm going to spend even more money.
Sorry, I'm not enabling you.
Everybody enables everybody. Don't worry about it.
All these damn photos, it looks so good. Like, ooh, I want that.
Yep.
Is there something on pre-order that you have that you're really excited for?
Yeah, I got Doc Knock coming tomorrow. Decapods are not far behind. Pre-order. I'm sure I do. I don't know. I got some stuff on 5K pre-ordered. those like shark guys. I don't know if you've seen these. They're like gangster sharks. They look pretty rad.
Yeah, they kind of reminded me of that show with the sharks. So they had like the
Street
big
sharks.
street
Uh
sharks.
huh.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Yeah, but kind of more of a realistic version
hmm
of them.
I like the Great White. I just wish that he didn't have pants. Like it
I
was like an
know, I know.
alternative.
It's kind of goofy, but like
Yeah, it
at
is
the
what it
same
is. It
time,
looks
you
good.
don't. It looks good, yeah, and
hmm
so you just play into the if you play into that, you can make it work, right?
I just want like an articulated great white shark, like a Jaws. Something meaty, big, and
I
like
know.
jaw
Um,
closing and tail flipping.
yeah,
Like, why can't we get
yeah.
that, man? Like,
I know. The one I have is pretty big, right? And the mouth moves.
mhm.
Um,
Oh,
but
you have one?
it looks. Yeah, but it doesn't look great.
Mm.
If I did a Popeye shot with him once, and it's like there's only so many ways you can use this thing because
Mm.
it looks like a toy. It's hard
You,
to make it
you,
look real.
you know who would do awesome with that? Was it Bandai Spirits or something? Biodiversity. There's this toy line
Oh
that like
yeah,
right, they would
yeah,
kill it.
yeah.
They came out with this. They're coming out with this crocodile one. It looks amazing. It's too much. It's like 250
Man,
some $50. But man, if I had that spare change, I would pick that up instantly. It looks amazing. Then they had like these panther chameleons and this praying mantises. They just look so real. It's such a great toy line. But
it's so crazy, dude, because you could go so wild and all like I want all of them, right?
mhm.
And like it's almost easier not to get any of them.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I really I don't I just eliminated all my pre-orders. I'm like
Did
nope,
you?
like that. Yeah, like I only have like three things right now,
Oh my
and it's
goodness,
bought.
Dave,
Is
what's going on?
I bought the house, man. Got
Oh
priorities
yeah,
now.
okay. You got important life stuff going on. I get it.
Yeah, man. No, I got I just really I'm at a point too where like I'm really happy with the collection, and I don't want to expand it more because it's just I I always tell myself I only really want to get like the things I really could enjoy looking at,
Yeah,
and just have one figure per thing, maybe two depending on what it is.
one figure per thing.
Um,
What do you mean?
like one Spider-Man
Oh,
or
okay.
one
Yeah,
Deadpool. So
good.
really just try to keep it to like the best one that I think that I personally like,
Hmm.
and that's it. And if I get an alternative, it's like it's really a different costume, and it's different enough where I can say like, yeah, it is very different. I would appreciate looking at it.
Yeah,
But it's just it's hard, man. There's so many
it is
things that are
hard.
coming out. There's so
That's a
many
good
things coming
tactic.
out.
That is a good thing, having your definitive
Mhm.
Spider-Man or your definitive Batman and stuff. But yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
like, good luck to you because they're coming out with, what, at least 300 Spider-Man every year.
I have the Sentinel Peter Parker one. I have the Spider Punk Marvel Legends one, and then I have the Iron Spider SH Figure Arts. And I'm like,
Okay, so three completely different
right,
versions.
but
Yeah.
like equally as appreciative and cool. And but then like that's it. Like I don't have any more. There's other like the one they just announced SH Figure Arts. The he has the pig and he's black. I forget. A Black Noir, Spider Noir. You know what I'm talking
Spider
about?
Noir.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. SH Figure Arts just announced them, and he looks
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't
Yeah,
doubt it.
yeah. I was like, oh, should I get
Yeah, see, I'm really,
him?
I'm really glad that I got out of the superhero stuff because they release so much stuff so often,
Mhm.
and I got my hands full already with everything else. So
I gotta be honest, dude. Like, I like Mezco, like the Gomez stuff and the Roach, but like, I don't know why I haven't told my. I don't have a single Mezco right now.
what? Really?
Mm-mm.
That's a shame.
I know, but the Lone
Dave,
Roach was like.
Dave, let me enable you. This is the next one you need to get. This is Firefly, a GI Joe, well, a Cobra,
Mhm.
Mezco, and he comes with about 8 million accessories,
Mhm.
and he's just a beautiful figure, and I can't wait to shoot him. I see Jay in here. Jay, I'm shooting this guy next, buddy.
For you, Jay.
So the fact that you don't have any Mezcos is shocking.
Dude,
Uh,
the one that I came close to getting was the Wolverine,
which
the deluxe,
one?
the deluxe one with the like he had like five different heads and the Sentinel base.
Yeah.
That one looks sweet, but I was like, I just can't get past the cloth. I think for me, it just
Really?
yeah, like I'm more of a, I guess, a plastic guy. Like I like cloth for like capes and cloaks,
Hmm.
but like tight fitting stuff, I don't know, they just look like PJs to me.
Look a little weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
it can
yeah,
look like PJs.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's where certain ones do it really well. Like that Doom one, that was another one. I was like, damn, that's a
Yeah, well,
beautiful one.
that's because
That's
mostly his cape was just the fabric, right? Like he was
but
made of.
then he had the front too was like he had that tunic thing or
Oh,
whatever. That was
oh
cloth
yeah,
too.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah. But then it was just like metal arms and stuff
Yeah,
and the detail. Like if I was a huge Doom fan, like I like Doom, but like that's another thing too, where like if I were to get something, it's something where like I really resonate with and I could really because I've learned to like just get things that like leave things alone that I can appreciate from afar. We're like, dude, that's awesome. That's so cool that somebody it's in that person's hands and they're doing that work with it. But like I've learned to control that side of that FOMO, I guess. So it's like I don't do
yeah,
that. Like yeah,
yeah.
that's that part that's hard to fight sometimes.
It is hard, and it's really interesting though. Like whenever I fight that FOMO, like a week after, it's like I completely forgotten about it,
Hmm.
right? It's so weird too. Like sometimes I'll get something and then I'll be like, oh my God, I got it, and then I'll shoot it, and then I'll forget about it for 6 months. I'll be, oh yeah, I love this guy. What? He's been sitting on the shelf for 6 months.
Yeah, dude, and that's another reason why I wanted to keep it like really tight and slim because then I could try and really appreciate it for what it is,
Yeah.
and not like and take the time. But I'm like even now, like I'm still selling stuff off, and I'm like, and I'm feeling better. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool because that's another thing too. Is like you try to keep up with the Joneses and with like getting every new thing that comes out, and
Mhm.
it's too much, man.
It's too
Yeah,
much, yeah, and I'm over
yeah,
that too. But that being said, the stuff that I do want that's coming out, like, you know, I'm not going to hold back because I know I'm going to shoot it. I know I'm going to, maybe he's going to make it into a story, or, I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
hey, man, we love
Mm-hmm.
these toys, and it's my hobby. It's what I do, right? Like I go to
Dude,
work and I come do this stuff. So,
exactly. Yeah, I'm really excited for the new turtle line that's coming out. You seen
oh,
it?
uh-huh,
Ah,
uh-huh. I don't know how I feel about them
yeah,
actually.
oh, I love them,
Yeah,
dude. They
they're not
look
my
so good.
favorite look.
I do have these little guys too, though. These guys are pretty funny. They're
Yeah.
fun to play with.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love your shot in that. Dude, I love how you do your shots. You do the real world photograph
Mm,
that you shoot, and
mm.
then you composite in your figures like that. I still think about that nun shot. Oh my God,
I
that thing still terrifies me. It's still the scariest shot ever.
nice.
Um,
That makes me happy.
there's some Godzilla ones that you've done, like Godzilla emerging from the ocean. Oh, I just love it. You have such a good way of making it seamlessly look like it's actually
Mm.
there and actually happening.
You know,
I'm in awe.
the tip is to really outline the figure with a background because that's the biggest thing
Oh,
that you can see like it's composited is if like you're like that's why I tried doing green screens at one point
mhm.
and I didn't like it because it was hard to work with because that green would bounce on the figure.
You get green on
Yeah,
the actual
yeah,
figure.
yeah. And then like you would really have to pull the figure back, and then it's just like it was just then you need length of where you're shooting at that point, so it was too much. And I'm like, you know what? Then I started doing like digi backgrounds, and then I'll put the figure behind in front of it, but then when I would have that shot with the digi background and the figure, I would take like the digital background and then composite that and clean it up. So then you wouldn't see like the monitor
Hmm.
lines and the pixels on the monitor, and then
Yeah.
it blends nicely with everything. But yeah, the natural ones that I do, like when I went to Wildwood, I got up like 5 in the morning to take that sunset shot, like the sunrise. And I'm like, this thing looks so crazy. I'm like, I just see Godzilla coming out of the water. And I grabbed the Godzilla, put him up, and took a picture of him right like against the sky. So like I knew like his head was gonna be in the clouds, you know. So it's fun, man. Because
Oh,
then
so you
I
made it easier on yourself by kind of,
so
okay, I see.
I bought him with me, and I put him next to the sunset, and then that way when I put him in when I composite him, he's already outlined with like the clouds and stuff, so I
Yeah.
don't have to worry about blending colors, and even the lighting is perfect because it's matching exactly where I'm
Yeah.
at that same time.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, that's the trick, really.
That I think Sully has given me that advice before, and now I've
Mhm.
completely forgotten until just now when you said it. You guys are Photoshop masters, and
Dude,
photography.
he's sick with his shadowing, man. That's one thing. And I told him before when I had him on the cast. I was like, dude, your shadow work with your composite, it's next level. It's so good.
Dude, yeah. Uh, there's so many good people out there, and we're fortunate to know so many of them. Learn from so many people. And like take little things here and there and put it into our own work. Like I could never do the stuff that Sully does. Sully does it in my eyes, like he does it like on such a level that I'm just like I can't even understand it. But that's different than me. That's just a different way than I shoot. But I'll take little like, oh, I could use that. Put that tool in my toolbox.
Yeah, I have to say out loud real quick. Well, real quick, Black Series Natural Light. There's nothing like shooting out in nature. Always a bit tricky, but it's magic when you get the right light. 100%. That lighting is everything. That's in all photography, right? As you get the right lighting, the angle, and all that, you get some work done. But I was gonna say, dude, you, Sully, and Jay, your work as of late, it's just like it keeps evolving, man, and that's so inspirational because then that continues me to like push and get out of like the slump and take more photos and continue like work. It's like you're at the gym.
Yeah.
You're getting the reps in and you're learning different techniques and you're applying them to your next rep, and then now you start advancing with certain moves and doing certain things differently. It's really fun seeing like because I started in 2020 and just seeing like because there's people that fallen off, but then you see the ones that are consistent, and it's like you see them like evolving. It's so cool.
Yeah, I love seeing that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Instagram can be overwhelming at times, and I don't think it's necessarily a good thing looking at toy photos all day, every day, or, like seriously scrolling through hundreds of toy photos every day. Like that's probably not good for us.
Nah, it's just enabling. It's just enabling us to get more stuff.
Well, that too, but like it's kind of like overload. Like I don't know, like if you were a musician, well, maybe that's not a good. If you were a painter, would you go on Instagram and look at hundreds of paintings a day? Probably not, right? Like you'd be in your studio painting instead, right? But for us, it's a weird thing. Like we're on Instagram all the time, looking at each other's stuff, supporting each other, which is great. That's a great part of it. But have you ever been in those times when you're just like, you're not even seeing anything anymore? You're just like scrolling and you're liking, and, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. You almost get like numb to it. Yeah.
You kind of get numb to it. Yeah. And those are the times where I feel like I'm not really getting any inspiration from these amazing pictures that I should be getting inspiration from, taking a step back and just kind of like, okay, maybe a little less Instagram, maybe take a day off, a couple days off. I think it's good for the brain. And then open it up and seeing this barrage of amazing shots, it's just like exciting again, right?
Yeah, I think it's healthy to find your pace. I think people have like, it's just like anything else. You just can't continue to run a marathon. You have to stop after a while, take a break,
absolutely,
heal up, and continue again. I keep running it, but I noticed like my work is like that. It comes in pulses where like I'll do shots like back to back, like every other day or every third day or whatever. Like they're pretty tight to each other, and then I just stop for like a month. I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Let me just get re-inspired again and just start doing different things, and I'll get back into it.
Yeah, man. I think that's great, and everybody has their own pace and whatever works for you. Like the dudes who do it every day, my hat's off to them because that's crazy to me. I mean, it's amazing that they can do that, and especially the ones that are really, really good at it and just like bombs after bombs. Oh my God, how do you do this? But yeah, everybody has their own pace, and everybody should hopefully be okay with that. I don't know. It's different for everybody, and inspiration comes in different ways, and drive and motivation comes in different ways.
So
I don't know how what on this train of thought, but
what inspired this shot here?
That was from last year, like April of 23. So that's an oldie. That was inspired because I was doing a collab with my buddy Sean, who I haven't seen on Instagram for a long time now. we were just like, we're buddies, and we're like, we should do a collaboration, and what should we do? And we decided to do G.I. Joe versus Predator, and um, there are so many things. Okay, let me just start by saying I'm proud of the shot. I love this shot. It's a good timestamp of where I was at the time. I think the setup's cool. I think the lighting is pretty terrible. I think the laser's cool, but I messed up and put the laser coming out of his cannon where it should have been coming, those three little lasers coming out of his, actual, like, thingy. So there's a bunch of things wrong with it, but ultimately that doesn't really matter, because when I did it, I was having a ton of fun. I was experimenting. That's an actual laser from like a laser level, a box level, like from Home Depot.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I lined it up just right. Put the canned aerosol spray on it and lit it up like that. It's all practical.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a really fun shot. Oh yeah, this is my G.I. Joe feature thing. That's a recent one.
This is a cool, dude. I love this shot too. Like how you have the different lighting. On each part.
Yeah, I love experimenting with lighting, man. There's so much you can do, and it's a great way to separate things.
You got a lot of depth. Like the fact that I could see this character here is crazy to me, because it's still including all this detail and all this here, and you're seeing this guy in detail. So how many shots did you composite all together for this one?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 15 probably.
Yeah,
maybe more. I don't know. It's hard to say. But usually I actually take like for the last shot I took for a shot for next week, I took 45 shots.
Wow.
And I'm only probably using, well, in this one I'm probably using half of them, because there's a lot of light stuff going on. But I like to give myself options, because even though I put this aqua light over Duke there, I'll do it in a couple different positions just to make sure, like, because I'm looking at a tiny camera screen, I can't really tell exactly what's going on. I'm just kind of crossing my fingers. So I take a couple with that light right over him, and a couple with the light over Roadblock, and then just give myself some options. And most of those won't even make it to the shot, but it's a good way to like be able to get what you want.
Dude, one of your sickest shots, dude. I saw this again. I was like, come on, man.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. So, any new plans of starting a new comic?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I'm doing a mini comic with a couple of my buddies. And I'm not going to say who, but you can probably guess who. And there's 3 of us, and one of the people is working on. I've got my part done. One dude's got his part done. One dude's working on his part, so hopefully it'll get released maybe March.
So it's one storyline, but from different photography.
Yeah, one storyline. It's going to be 3 issues from 3 different people. Just a ton of fun.
Oh, so
it's just
like an episode each, or are you doing collaborative episodes?
Oh, okay. Episode each, yeah.
Because at one point you did that, right? You did like a collaborative episode with Sully and another photographer.
I did it with CMAZ.
Okay.
CMAZ Art.
Okay.
He does a comic called Tales from Colony City, and we collaborated on that, and I got to go into Colony City, and we've done that twice, and it's awesome. So, it's just like collaborations are fun. This is like the ultimate collaboration, story together. It's really cool. So that's one thing. And then I think this year I'm not going to do another run of Oscars and Vegetables and Woodworking, just because it's so much, and I feel like I should probably take some time. I was writing a story. I was kind of rushing it. I could feel I was kind of rushing it just to be able to get something. So I think I'm going to let it sit for a while, and this year just do some shorter comics, not a 22 episode epic adventure that takes 7 months. Just do some shorter runs of like, maybe Conan or I don't know exactly. I'd love to do a TMNT comic. But we'll see. I'm still kind of deciding.
If you did TMNT, what figures would you use? The Mezco ones?
Of course. and I'm not just using Mezco just to use Mezco. I'm using Mezco because they're the most photogenic and they have the best articulation and they have multiple heads and a ton of hands. And when you're making stories like this, that stuff really matters. You know, it's very hard to shoot a toy with this face, you know, for every shot. You know, like give me some variety. Give me 4 heads, I can make it work.
What's one head that you wish that you would see more in toy figures? Like a style of head, like showing emotion.
Well, yelling or angry, I think those are really like. I want the normal, like flat face. I want maybe like a scowling, and then like an angry. You know, but like Jackie's like crazy faces. You know what I'm talking about, Jackie, right?
No.
Jackie Vaporoni, this guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's got some really fun ones, some goofy.
Yeah, he's very expressive.
Yeah, very expressive. Anything expressive. But the cool thing is, like, even with those 4, or like with Gomez, right? Like with Gomez, you have this kind of like, well, this is his angry face, or like, you know, ass kicking face. But you know, you get it from different angles, and you can get different emotions out of him. And the thing with Gomez too, see those light reflections in his eyes?
Yeah.
Depending on I mess with the shape and the direction of those too. You can really get a lot of emotion by how much light you show in there. You know, if it's a pinprick, you know, he's really angry, or if it's a lot of light, you know, you could like, you know, kind of like almost teary-eyed. You know, there's lots of little things you can do to get more expression and emotion out of any head sculpt. And I also sometimes digitally, you know, like paint in the eyeball, look in a different way, right? Or like widen the eyes, or drop the mouth a little bit. I'm not against doing that at all, because, you know, really I want 20 head sculpts for all these guys.
Right.
And you got to take matters into your own hands.
You know what's one that surprised me that we don't see more of is like a sleeping head. I'm like, everybody sleeps. Everybody sleeps. Like, why isn't there more sleeping heads? I love sleeping figures. I don't know why.
Now, would it be like this, or would it be?
I think it depends on the figure. You know, like the kid. There's a recent Kid Buu one, and he's sleeping, like he's taunting Goku, but he's like he has like a little drool thing coming on the side. You know, so little things like that. You know, and you know, I have some Pokemon figures that I purposely bought them because they're like sleeping positions, and they're like just like, you know, depending on the character, they're sleeping in different ways. But yeah, like it's just, I don't know why. I really
sleeping heads. That's good, man.
Right?
I like it. Yeah, we need more head sculpts. That's for sure.
100%, man.
Yeah,
dude, I don't want to take more of your time, man. We're almost at the clock here, so I wanted to give you some space to tell us, like, what's one thing that you would recommend for a new person coming into the community to avoid or to do more of?
Just do it for yourself. Like, join the community, have fun, reach out to people, you know, interact with people, learn from people, but you know, just do it for the pure enjoyment. It's all about you. It's all about what makes you happy, and, you know, shoot how you want to shoot, do what you want to do. Don't give into FOMO, right? Get the stuff you want to get, and just take it easy. There's no hurry. You know, this is a hobby. No one's making, very, very few people are making money on this or ever will. You know, just do it because you want to do it and how you want to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just have fun with it, guys. But dude, thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for all your time and all the beautiful work that you put out there. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, dude. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. And also, quick reminder, I'm also, you know, on YouTube. I will repost this as soon as we're done here. As once I'm done sharing it here, I'll also have it up for everybody to watch and just make it a little easier.
I have subscribed, by the way.
you. I appreciate it. Black Series Natural Life says, I appreciate the conversation, guys. Hearing your insights and techniques is inspiring. Really appreciate the conversation with the expression wish list for sure. Great.
Heck yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming on. Until next time, have a good night, everybody.
Adios.
Bye.